Gangsta ain't never been my thing, but I play gangsta.
Diddy eventually responded to the CNN video this Sunday morning. Before I go into anything else, before I say anything else, I got several pieces of sound footage I'm going to show you. The first was going to be P. Diddy and his apology. Take a look.
It's so difficult to reflect on the darkest times in your life. Sometimes you gotta do that. I was fucked up. I mean, I hit rock bottom, but I made no excuses. My behavior on that video is inexcusable. I take full responsibility for my actions in that video. I'm disgusted. I was disgusted then when I did it, I'm disgusted now. I went and I sought out professional help. I had to go into therapy and go into rehab. I had to ask God for his mercy and grace. I'm so sorry. Committed to be a better man each and every day. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm truly sorry.
Before I even give you my opinion, I've got an obligation to let you know we have yet to hear from Cassie, but one of her lawyers released a statement on Sunday following Diddy's apology. Here's what she had to say. Combs' most recent statement is more about himself than the many people he has hurt. When Cassie and multiple other women came forward, he denied everything and suggested that his victims were looking for a payday, that he was only compelled to quote unquote apologize once his repeated denials were proven false shows his pathetic desperation, and no one will be swayed by his disingenuous words, end quote. And she's right. Because here's Diddy's statement back in December of 2023, just a few months ago. And this was a month after Cassie had filed her lawsuit, which is where I was going. This is Diddy's statement, quote, "Enough is enough. For the last couple of weeks, I have sat silently and watched people try to assassinate my character, destroy my reputation, and my legacy. Sickening allegations have been made against me by individuals looking for a quick payday. Let me be absolutely clear. I did not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth." That's where I was going. Because I want to know first and foremost who the hell was the PR person or the advisor or somebody who was dumb enough to tell him to do that bullshit video. It's just dumb, just dumb. But I'll get into all of that in a minute. Because before I go any further into my opinion, I want to show that of another person who spoke out. The one and only Ryan Clark, football analyst extraordinaire, who had this to say on his very, very, very popular podcast, The Pivot.
The first thing, and we need to be honest, like Sean Combs is a bitch.
Yeah.
Right? And I think the men who are around him and knew he was that, they bitches too. I do have two little girls, and we sort of got into the conversation when he was brought up by Floyd Mayweather, and some of the things he was saying is like, no, if he did those things, he's a monster. If he did those things, he should rot in jail. And it's not to say that he should be in a place to where he could never be forgiven. That's between him and God. That's between him and Cassie. But we can look at that as men and say that some things you don't get to come back from.
There are things that you don't get to come back from. And I'm very, very similar to my brother Ryan Clark from the standpoint that I believe America's the land of second chances. I'm usually of the mindset that everybody deserves second chances. not rapists, not murderers, not pedophiles. But for the most part, I'm good with second chances. The problem is that doesn't apply here with Sean P. Diddy Combs. Because you see, the second chance is if you had come out immediately acknowledging that you were wrong once the accusations were first levied against you, instead of excoriating those who were throwing the allegations out against you, like Cassie Ventura. The fact that there is a quote from just this past December, which you emphatically, adamantly, categorically denying there was any truth to what was being said, throws that second chance right out the window. I don't enjoy saying this. I've met P. Diddy a few times over the years, always cool with me. That apology was bullshit. It was embarrassing. I don't know who told him, who thought for a second that it would work. 50 Cent was on his Instagram page. Just go look at it. Saying the same thing. Who advised him to do this? This is bad. This ain't gonna work. Because it comes across as inauthentic. Because there's literally proof via a quote from you denying everything. Everything. And accusing your accusers of looking for a payday. There's so many questions that emanate from this. You settled the case in a day. That made you look guilty enough as it is. One day after the allegations came out, they must have told you about the video. We still got questions about where the hell was the video all of these years, who had it, who ultimately released it. There's also reports about somebody being paid $50,000 for P. Diddy to get a hold of the tape. Well, damn, that's all? You would think you'd have gave up $50 million to make sure that tape never got out. And when we look at Ryan Clark, I'm not going to call P. Diddy a bitch or any other name like that. But I ain't gonna stop anybody else from doing it. I'm not gonna malign them. You don't hit women when you're a man. You certainly don't kick them like you're kicking the damn field goal. You don't grab a vase and throw it at their head. You don't drag them down public hallways. That was 2016. There's been a bevy of allegations thrown against P. Diddy. In this complaint, ladies and gentlemen, there's a complaint filed. United States District Court, Southern District of New York. Plaintiff Cassie Ventura. Civil case 23-CV-10098. Plaintiff Cassie Ventura versus Sean Combs, Bad Boy Entertainment, Bad Boy Records, Epic Records, Combs Enterprises, LLC, and Doe Corps. Among other violent and unlawful acts in the complaint against Sean P. Diddy Combs, raped Ms. Ventura in her own home after she tried to leave him. Often punched, beat, kicked, and stomped on Ms. Ventura, resulting in bruises, burst lips, black eyes, and bleeding. Blew up a man's car after he learned that he was romantically interested in Ms. Ventura. Forced Ms. Ventura to engage in sex acts with male sex workers while masturbating and filming the encounters. Ran out of his apartment with a firearm in pursuit of a rival industry executive whom he learned was nearby. Demanded that Ms. Ventura to carry his firearm in her purse just to make her uncomfortable and demonstrate how dangerous he is. And introduced Ms. Ventura to a lifestyle of excessive alcohol and substance abuse and required her to procure illicit prescriptions to satisfy his own addictions. I am not speculating, I am reading from the report. You were fucked up in 2016? There's been people that's been talking about P. Diddy's behavior since that time. 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 2023. In 2023, knowing this had happened in 2016, you categorically denied it and tried to throw her to the wolves. When you apologized, you never mentioned her name. You never said, "I'm sorry," to Cassie Ventura. You never said that you did her wrong. I have been in multiple locations over the last several hours, running across countless females. I have not found one, not one. Everybody's talking about it, but I haven't found one female that considered the apology authentic, remotely sufficing in any way, sincere, genuine, or anything like that. And now everything is coming to play. You got people asking about Biggie now, what happened? Tupac and what happened? You got people wondering about every single artist and anybody in the hip hop industry that's in his presence or has been in his presence. What were they doing? What did they see? And in the case of Cassie Ventura, you know what really, really resonates more than anything else? Before the video came out, what she uttered had transpired to her and against her was verbatim correct. Every word she said was correct. So guess who has the credibility now and guess who's missing it now? I said Friday that P. Diddy's career is over. We've seen a lot of things happen in the hip hop world, in the hip hop industry. We've seen people overcome a lot of different things. This is a new day. On video, and we keep acting like video doesn't matter. Ladies and gentlemen, get over it, please. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, what the hell you think a video is worth? We want to say it doesn't matter or it shouldn't matter, and perhaps that is the truth, but damn it, it does. Let's not think about utopia. Let's think about reality. Reality is no matter how much you read, no matter how much you hear, no matter how much rumors and allegations and accusations are thrown out there, video matters. That video will never go away. CNN has it now, and CNN made sure the world had it. Am I right, Brandon? 100%. Am I right, Galen? Yeah. Video matters. Video matters. Hearing somebody get their ass kicked is different than seeing one, and I was alluding to boxing, which is what I'm about to get into later on in the show. I'm not talking about a woman that's lying on the ground defenseless, curved up in a ball, praying that you don't beat her up. And she was laying on the ground because you yanked her by the neck and threw her down. And then after that you hit her, and then after that you kicked her like you were an NFL player, a field goal kicker kicking a field goal. And then after that you dragged her down the hallway. Was P. Diddy fucked up, to use his words? Yeah, because one would surmise somebody, first of all, nobody should be doing something like that. But if you were to do something like that, to do it in a public hotel hallway, and I think that could come back to bite you, maybe you were fucked up. But you know something? We could speculate about that part. You know what we can't speculate about? He deserved to get fucked up. Excuse my language. Any man that has sisters, that has daughters, that has a loving mama, and see something like that, all you thinking about when you saw Cassie Ventura is like, where's the men in her life? Where's the brother? Where's the dad? Because most dudes, and we don't advocate violence on this show, but I gotta confess, if somebody were to do something like that to my daughter, my sister, Galen Brandy, is safe. I don't need to say what I would be looking to do. I mean, damn. Diddy won't recover from this. And in his case, remember, it ain't about the money, because he has enough.